Okay, let's get right into it. The date is January 19th, 2026, and right now, news is breaking all over the place. We're seeing US military aircraft heading to Greenland, and it is sparking so much speculation, a ton of global tension. The big question is, what is actually going on here?
And this is the question you're probably seeing everywhere online right now. Is the US actually invading a NATO ally? I mean, are we really watching the beginning of some kind of hostile takeover of Greenland? You know, a part of Denmark, one of our own NATO partners.
Look, social media is an absolute wildfire of rumors and panicked theories right now. That's why we're here. In this explainer, we're gonna cut through all that noise and just give you the straight facts. And hey, if that's the kind of clarity you're looking for, do us a favor and hit that subscribe button. You really won't want to miss our future breakdown.
All right, so to figure out what's really happening, we have to do one simple thing: separate the crazy speculation from the official statements. So let's start right there with what we know for sure.
And here it is. This is the key line from the official statement put out by NORAD. Now pay attention to the wording here. It frames this entire thing not as some kind of aggressive act, but as an act of cooperation.
So, who is NORAD? Well, that's the joint US and Canadian command that protects all of North American airspace. And this is so important. It means this isn't some rogue operation, right? This is being run by the very organization designed for continental defense, and they're doing it with their allies.
So let's just be absolutely crystal clear. This is not an invasion. What it is a long-planned, totally coordinated military exercise with Denmark. The Danish government knew all about it, all the diplomatic clearances were handled. That whole online story about a surprise attack, yeah, that's just flat out false.
Okay, but that just raises another bigger question, doesn't it? If this is just a routine exercise, why Greenland? Why all the focus on this one spot? Well, the answer to that takes us to a much larger geopolitical chessboard.
And you don't have to guess what the stakes are, because President Trump himself has been incredibly blunt about it. He sees Greenland as an absolutely critical piece in the ongoing competition with Russia and China. So for him, this isn't just about defense. It's about getting there first.
And here's the why. Why is it so valuable? Well, think about it. If you control Greenland, you control the new Arctic shipping routes that are opening up. You get this incredible high ground, a perfect spot for missiles and bombers. And, maybe most importantly, you put up a huge wall against any Russian and Chinese moves in the region.
Now, this whole thing isn't new. It's not like the US just showed up in Greenland yesterday. No, they've had a pretty significant military presence there for decades, and it all revolves around one very important base.
You might have known it as Thule Air Base back in the day, but now it's called Pituffik Space Base. This place has been a cornerstone of American defense in the Arctic all the way back since the Cold War. And, no surprise, it's the main staging area for everything that's happening right now.
But we really need to get the scale right here. During the Cold War, this base was huge. We're talking 6,000 people. Today, the number of permanent US service members is way down, only around 150.
And what they're doing there tells you a lot about modern warfare. These aren't thousands of infantry troops, these are US Space Force units. Their whole job is missile warning and watching space. That really underlines just how important this base is in the 21st century.
But look, this military exercise, it's not happening in a vacuum. You have to see it as one part of a much bigger picture, a much more open political goal coming straight from the White House.
Because just 2 days ago, President Trump basically laid all his cards on the table. He made his endgame perfectly clear. He's talking about the US buying Greenland, and he's framing it as, well, as Denmark paying back the US for decades of defense spending in Europe. He's tying history and money directly to this huge territorial goal. And believe me, this isn't just talk. He's already backing it up with some serious economic muscle. He's announced tariffs on key European allies, the UK, the Netherlands, Finland. And the condition is totally explicit. These tariffs don't go away until the deal for Greenland is on the table. So all of a sudden, this military exercise starts to look a whole lot more like hardball economic negotiation, doesn't it?
So, to really get what's going on, you have to hold two different ideas in your head at the exact same time.
Here they are. Reality number one is the exercise itself, a routine, pre-planned military drill with a NATO partner. But reality number two is the ambition, an open and very aggressive political goal to buy Greenland. And that's the key. The exercise casts a very long, very real military shadow over that ambition.
Which leaves us with the one critical question, right?
Is what we're seeing today just an exercise, or is it setting the stage for a high-stakes negotiation tomorrow? A negotiation over the entire future of the Arctic. That is the real story to watch here. Hey, if this breakdown helped you make sense of things, do us a huge favor and hit that like and subscribe button for more. We'll see you for the next one.